Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, October 19th already, and this is a meeting of the Concord Middle School Building Committee, and I am going to call roll. Alexa Anderson. You're
She's
muted,
here,
but I
can't
see
unmute. She's
Here,
muted.
sorry, here.
I haven't seen you in so long, Alexa. Hi. Court Booth.
Here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Heather Bout.
Good morning.
Good morning. Like I said, for those that may be logged on late, Frank Cannon has decided to step down from the committee. We want to thank him for all that he's done, both for this project and prior projects in our town. He's a real asset to our community. So we will miss him, but like Mark said, he is working on finding a replacement. So if anyone's interested, let us know. Justin Cameron. No Justin today. Maybe busy with school things. Bob Conry. No Bob either, huh? Gail Dowd.
I'm here, thank you.
Good morning, Gail. Peter Fashalis. No Peter.
I thought I saw Peter. He's there, he's there.
Oh, there he is. There he is. I saw a wave. Hey, Peter. Don Goriello, I'm present. Russ Hughes. No, Russ. It's almost like we have school in session, right? We're missing all the the educators.
Something going on there.
Yeah, principal. I understand. Lori Hunter said she's running late, so we'll acknowledge when she arrives. Mark Howell.
Here.
Good morning, Mark. Carrie LaFleur.
Good morning, Dawn.
Good morning, Carrie. Don't think Pat Nelson is on. Chris Popoff.
Here.
Good morning, Chris. Charlie Parker.
Here.
Hi, Charlie. Matt Root.
Good morning.
Good morning, Matt. Eric Sims. No, Eric. Steve Staszewski.
Here.
Good morning, Steve. Okay,
Morning.
with that, let's get things underway. I assume everyone received the packet yesterday. If anyone's having problems, please let us know. Sometimes the distribution seems to get funky on that, but I think we have it resolved. So we have meeting.
Dawn,
Yeah.
Court here. Could we put a request in for Hill to get this stuff to us 24 hours in advance?
Yes. I would appreciate that as well.
I mean, that'd be minimal. Even that is difficult. We're all working people, and you know, we want to come in somewhat prepared, not disabled by having this stuff tumble in so late in the day prior.
I understand, Court. Thank you for that.
Thank
I think
you.
previously we had tried to get it out Tuesday afternoon, Hill. So if you can aim for making that happen again, I think our entire committee would be appreciative. Only because this ends up being, this is such an early meeting that if you don't get to it, I think we got it yesterday, midday or early afternoon. It is hard to find the time with such an early meeting and getting it late in the day prior. So
understood. My apologies. I was trying to get it out Tuesday, and we had a lot of content in the presentation, so it ended up spilling into Wednesday. So we will improve.
Thank you for that. Are folks comfortable approving the minutes, or do you want to take a little more time? We could do it at the next meeting if we need to.
I'm fine.
Anyone? Does anyone have any edits?
I thought they looked okay. I moved to approve.
Okay. So
I'll second.
And a second by Heather. Thank you. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none. Alexa?
She waved yes.
I missed it. Thank you. Court Booth?
Sorry about
Aye.
that.
That's okay. Court?
Aye.
Thank you. Heather?
Yes.
Peter Fashalis?
Peter.
Still no audio. Give us a thumbs up, Peter. I can see you. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Neutral. You abstaining?
Neutral. Maybe
Okay.
he wasn't there. He's abstaining.
I wasn't expecting that, but I saw it. Okay, thank you. I'm a yes. Lori, I don't think she's with us yet. Mark Howell.
Oh, Dawn, yeah, I just hopped
You
on.
are. Oh, hey,
Good morning.
welcome.
I'm a
We
yes.
were- Yeah, a yes on the meeting minutes from the 21st. Okay, thank you. Mark Howell.
Yes, as well.
Thank you. No, Chris Popoff.
Yes.
Thank you. Charlie.
Yes.
Matt Root.
Yes.
and Steve Stashewski.
Yes.
Okay, that motion passes. Heather, do we have any correspondence, communication? Heather, Alexa?
We don't. My report today is that we've had no correspondence since our last meeting. Big
Okay.
exciting update. And the only other thing, the communications update is very quick as well, but you all should have gotten a construction update recently. As we discussed last time, we're doing this kind of milestone based. And all the steel coming up in the air is really exciting and a big milestone. So we got that out, and we'll continue to send out more photos and everything. And that's, just so everyone knows, going to the same list that we've always used, which goes to the town, of course, and various different groups. So as always, we are communicating out to the entire town, not just the schools.
Yes, exciting to
Yeah,
see that.
it's really
To see
exciting.
the steel, and I think we'll see more today. And
Yeah,
hear
it's
from
fun to
Hill,
start
so,
sending photos out.
yeah, sometimes that's the most exciting part, when it starts
Yeah.
like growing out of the ground. Yeah. And then once it gets enclosed, you're like, this is taking a really long time. But yeah, still goes up quick. It's exciting. So thank you for that. All right, moving on. OPM update. Ian, I assume this is you. We'll get.
Can you hear me
details.
now?
Peter, yes, we can.
Okay.
Yep, thank you.
All right, thank you, Don. You can see my screen with the agenda.
Yeah.
So we'll go through the financial update and then get into construction progress. So some exciting things to share this morning, as everyone indicated. So this is the budget summary sheet, second page here, just looking at some of the bottom line numbers. We've got the approved budget of 111,516. 000. We've got committed costs at 98,415,301. So the only change there is change order 1 that was approved at the last meeting for CTA is now included in these committed costs. The 31,023 for change order 1 that was approved. So that's now included in there. In addition to all the other soft cost expenditures. We've got shade over 13 million in uncommitted costs. We've got some contingency buckets here. We still have 7.6 million in contingency. That is inclusive of the construction bid savings of 2.2 million. So really the construction contingency is 4.5 million. And the soft cost contingency is shade over 800,000 still. What else? We've got expenditures to date at 16.2 million. And I'll go through some of the detail there. So that is the budget summary. This is the cash flow that we're used to looking at here. So we've got more recent actual expenditures this month of 3.5 million, which brings us up to 16.2, consistent with the other sheet. So we're tracking, right along the curve here with actual expenditures. The gap again is just the projection between the difference between projecting out all of the contingency values here. So that's you'll see this thing follow below the green curve as we go along with construction. So, but making good progress. TRC update. So since the last meeting, we have committed again the CTA change order 1 for 31,000. These are the prior modifications for budget adjustments. So these were our starting values for contingencies. We had some soft cost contingency draws for the AKF change order, the FINA additional money to cover their contract. And then we're showing the CTA this period hitting the hard cost contingency. So the bottom line is we're down to 4.5 in hard cost contingency and 764 in soft cost contingency. So, and then these are invoice backup for things that were approved since the last meeting. So SMMA invoices, an AKF invoice, FINA testing agency, Multivista is the company that does the camera on site. Hills invoice for our monthly services, another AKF invoice for commissioning, and then the big one is CTAs, requisition number 5 here. So any questions on the financial side?
Dawn, if I might, Ian, who's on the approval side right now on the invoices from the town and the committee?
So that all these go through the technical review committee. So that's Steve Staszewski, Gail Dowd, and Bob Connery.
Very good, thank you.
Yep. And we basically, the process is we, both the design team and Hill review and finalize invoices and make a recommendation to the technical review committee. So we've all put our eyes on it and have gone back and forth on the revisions as necessary, and then we present to the TRC. So. Moving on to the construction update. So we added the new graphics here. You can see all the PV on the project and how it relates to the school with the new graphics. So just wanted to update you guys with that new image, and then jump into the construction update. So building C, which is the part of the building closest to the existing school. It's the one a little further down the hill. It's basically the classroom wing. All the underground utilities are complete in this area. They were ready for slab on grade as of September 27th. They haven't placed that yet because they proceeded with steel erection instead. So that'll fall back and they'll do the slab on grade once they get the steel done. Steel erection commenced on October 2nd. And what you're looking at here, this is pretty much half of building C has been erected. And they're falling back and doing detailing and the decking. They attach the decking to each floor by floor. The masonry crew has completed the elevator shaft. That was done on October 13th. So that's what you're looking at here with the CMU and staging. So that's kind of the building C area in progress. And buildings B and A is moving further away from the existing school and getting into the public wing of the building. So you've got footing and foundation wall construction that's ongoing, and same as MEP coordination. So mechanical, electrical, and plumbing coordination, making sure that there's no conflicts as they plan out that infrastructure within the building, and then starting to put in the under slab utilities within the building footprint and those in that part of the building as well. So this is a photo here of some of the formwork going in for building B foundation wall, and some of this wall will be exposed. This is kind of like the walk down underneath the bridge here. So we've been paying a lot of attention to the finish on that wall and what that's going to look like because it is an exposed wall. So things that are upcoming, we've got the second half of building C steel. That's actually going to start next week. They're expecting to take deliveries on Monday, October 23rd. So this is sequence C1, and then we'll be moving into sequence C2. It'll bring you all the way over to building B, essentially, with steel erection. And then we're also looking to complete buildings B and A, the foundations there. Start performing spray on fireproofing, and you'll start to see some slab work. So both the slabs on deck and the slabs floor to floor, they'll be looking to pour those in the coming months. So that's what's upcoming within the building footprint. And then site work, we've got a lot going on the site as well. They're continuing with underground utility work, including electrical, plumbing, and stormwater drainage. They were able to accomplish some of the tie-ins on Old Marlborough Road. So there's a water main under the street that they tapped twice, one for the domestic water and one for the fire suppression within the building. So those taps are complete. You've probably seen or noticed the work or the patches if you've gone by out there, but that's essentially all the road tie-ins are done. The other thing that they did was they put in the conduits for the permanent power under the street and over to the CMLP electric pole there. So they've got the power line, conduits and duct bank run underneath the street and into the site and well into to the building. So we're anticipating temporary power in the month of November. So CMLP, we've been in coordination with them and just getting their support and bringing temp power into the building so that the trades have power for their activities. The Public Works Department has been on site a number of times to monitor the installation of the domestic water piping and structures, as well as stormwater drainage. So that's some of the things that you're looking at here with these drainage structures here and here, and then these are the electrical lines that you're looking at in the center of the sweeps for the electrical, and then I think this is stormwater as well. So a lot going on site from a utility standpoint. They're just trying to get some of this work in place while they have good weather and they can dig. They want to get as much infrastructure in as possible. So some other things to note, things that we've been addressing on site. We did get a concern that was communicated to us about just the start time in the mornings and with respect to noise. So we have addressed that with CTA. They, as far as the noise goes, they are not allowed to make any noises, loud noises, or any noisy activity before 7 a.m. So I think they've been doing a good job with that. They do have crews that show up, people that show up before 7. So as long as they're not making noise or disrupting anything in the neighborhood, they are allowed to do that, so that you will see some activity, some people on site before 7 a.m. But just one thing that we've been continuing to address with them. Other things that we have going on, we had a stakeholder walkthrough September 26th, just to give a few folks a preview of some of the visual progress on site and of the building. So I think that was greatly helpful for people to see things firsthand. And we've got a student building committee tour planned for November 6th. So we're excited about that. We're going to give them a tour of the progress and kind of talk through what we've accomplished so far and where we're headed. So.
Any questions? This looks great.
Yeah, I just got a few more photos here. You can start to see the building take shape with this is building C again. So this is what it looks like to stand inside the building at this point with some of the steel. And then we've got, again, the elevator shaft, the elevator tower progress. In a pretty short period of time, they put that in place. That's the main masonry component for building C. And you can see this is the building B wall that I was talking about earlier, just a different angle on that. Building B and A footings and foundation walls. So again, building B wall and the finished concrete on this side. At this point, they've got these pours are scheduled within the next couple of weeks. They want to get those in place and get those cured to support steel in the near future. And then just tracing out some of some of the footings here for B and A, and foundation walls, structural components that are going in the ground right now for those buildings.
Hey, Ian, I had a question.
Yeah.
Do you guys track any kind of like material or equipment, lead times or procurement? And do you guys could you bring like an update next week on like where things are at, or next month or so, where things are at, like the electrical gear and the elevator came to mind, some of those longer lead time?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been tracking that with CTA, and their subcontractors identified, a list of long lead items, and we've been talking about that on a weekly basis. They feel that they're in good shape with some of the long lead items, but we can provide an update next time.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, good to know.
Yep.
Thanks.
And then just highlighting the electrical service here. So this is the duct bank across the street that goes to the utility pole, and then tracing it back to the site over to the building. So.
Ian, I see Matt's hand up.
Oh yeah, hey Matt.
Hey Ian, thank you. Just in addition to Steve's request, I'm wondering if the commissioning agent is generating any reports, if those could be shared with the building committee as well.
Okay. Yeah, I know that they've been reviewing select submittals and responding to those at this point. We're going to be setting up a kickoff meeting, and kind of going forward with commissioning. So pretty early on in the project, but something that we're thinking about. So
Yeah, and I'm not asking for like emails from them and stuff, but if they are generating any more official reports,
okay,
love to see those. Thanks, Ian.
Yep, no problem.
Official commissioning reports yet, just them reviewing submittals so far.
Yep. So the last two things we wanted to show you here, and I'm going to turn it over to Hunter. He's our resident expert for drone captures. But this is some good footage that we got of the site recently. So I'll turn it over to Hunter to kind of walk you through these two shots.
Good morning, everyone. This is the fun stuff. So we have a drone on site. We're using the software Drone Deploy. Basically, we can capture elevation imagery as well as contours. No thermal, but working on that one. But these two images are just a basic capture of the site. This is just our way of confirming that the water prevention measures in place are working and that we're not seeing runoff in areas that there shouldn't be. It's also helpful for periods like this where there's a lot of site work going on site. Just to kind of track where piles are, where we can see problems arising down the road, and it kind of helps us predict risks that we may encounter in the near future. So this is something we're just going to be putting out each month just to kind of give you guys a glimpse into what it looks like from our end. And it's a great, just quick shot of the site. You can see everything in one glimpse, and it'll be really cool to track over time.
Yep. Yeah, so some of the things you're seeing here as far as elevations go, right? The red is the high points. So you can see where some of the stockpiles are. This is a big sand stockpile that they have over here. This is all the loam, the topsoil stockpiles that are now growing, grass on at this point. And then as the green is kind of the some of the base elevations here, and then you dip down into lower elevations in the blue. So this is building C that we were talking about down here in the blue with the lower elevations, and then you step up to buildings B here and then A here. So there's your building footprint. You can start to see take shape. But just to give you a preview of elevations, and then this is the other snap.
It'd be useful if these images were dated in the future. Obviously, it's the first time we're seeing it, but eventually there'll be a lot of them.
Yep. Yeah, this one I think is 9/29.
Yeah.
Is the date on this? Yep. So we can certainly put dates on them in the future.
Thanks.
That is all we had for presentation purposes today.
Great, thank you. I see Heather's hand.
Yeah, thanks. First of all, this is just awesome. It's so cool to see all these photos. I love them. So thank you. And the only other thing I was gonna say is, Ian, could you share these photos, the files with me so that we can share out some more to the town as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be great. Thank you.
You want the actual JPEG files?
Yeah, that would be great. As opposed to the slide, it's hard to take them off the slide and
Yep.
then send things out. So if you could send me the JPEG files, that would be a huge help.
Sure.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, those are great. Thanks. Any other questions for Ian before we move on? No? Okay. Next agenda item, a CPC funding update. Lori, I assume you're going to cover this since you did the presentation? Yeah,
Happy
awesome.
to.
Thank you.
Yeah, I attended the meeting on Tuesday night along with Gail Dowd. And we just went over the application for the 250,000 potential subsidy that would offset the borrowing. It's pretty straightforward, and they'll be going forward to review applications. So we'll know more as they make their way through the process.
Thank you guys for doing that. I think it was Tuesday night.
Yeah, it was Tuesday night. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Any questions on that? Yes, Charlie.
Yeah, my question has to do with the application. Did the application specify irrigation? And if not, is that an issue, or does it need to specify irrigation, or
So
what was the story on that?
Sure. Irrigation is not funded in the project and was not part of the application. The school committee and I are going to have to talk on that as part of a capital plan going forward. And so it's on that radar. We wanted to be careful that we weren't requesting funds beyond what was already within the project, because otherwise it wouldn't help with tax relief. So we've got irrigation on the school committee radar, Charlie.
So irrigation then is unfunded at this point, and because it's an expansion of the project, and it's a to-do in terms of finding additional money somewhere else.
Yes, it'll be part of the capital plan we're working on with the school committee.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's clear.
Any other questions? Looks like no. Okay. New business? Does anyone have anything? Sounds like no. Public comment. Quiet day today. All right. All right then, let's keep going. Next steps meeting. I think we have a meeting already planned for next month. Is that right? Do you have the date?
We do.
And
It's November 16th, steering clear
Okay.
of Thanksgiving week.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
Yep.
Okay. And we did need to call a meeting Monday morning. It'll be executive session. So we'll go right into executive session and have a internal discussion amongst the committee. But that's Monday at 7:30 a.m. But it'll really just be us going right into executive session. So it won't be open to the public. But otherwise, next month on the 16th, and hopefully much more exciting construction to see and report on. Any other next steps, meeting information? Matt Root, I see your hand.
So is there anything that we need to review ahead of Monday, Don?
I don't think there'll be anything to review. It's mostly a discussion, Matt. But if so, we'll send out information to you. But
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Any other questions? All right. Wow. Half an hour meeting? 32 minutes exactly. Yeah.
Breaking records.
Yeah. Well, when there's exciting things to hear, it goes pretty smoothly. Well, thank you, Hill and SMMA, for keeping everything moving forward, and to CTA for moving right along in construction. We're in some exciting times. Hopefully we can get some enclosure before the winter months come ahead, because it's going to get cold here quick. But all right, well, if nothing else, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, second.
Second.
All right, very good. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next month.